Hi, my name is Georgina, and this week for 60 Second Science, we're looking at some of the early behavioural markers associated with a later autism diagnosis. Most children who receive a diagnosis of autism may do so when they're around 4 years of age or even older. However, there is now evidence to suggest that early signs of autism emerge within the first 2 years of a child's life. There is less clarity around what those behavioural and attentional markers may be in infancy. This is a really important area to look into because some of those early sensitive periods of development may provide the groundwork for the development of later skills, including social and communication skills. The study we've linked to today is a systematic review of the research looking at behavioural and attentional markers associated with a later autism diagnosis and symptomology within the first 6 months of a child's life. What they found is that there was no consistent finding of any single behavioural marker associated with later autism. However, the paper does suggest that this is not necessarily because there isn't any developmental differences that can be seen, but we are limited with what we currently know in the research. For example, there's a great breadth of different behavioural domains that have been studied, with a limited number of studies within each area. And there's a need for more repeated and valid measures to be used when researching in this area, as well as further prospective studies. Despite not being able to make firm conclusions, there was some emerging evidence of some indicators or early behavioural markers associated with later autism within that first 6 months of life. And these include things like attention, so general attention and attention to social stimuli, as well as some differences or atypicalities in motor behaviours in this age. This review is really important because it highlights some of those areas to hone our future investigations into, and that this is an important area to look into. In doing so, we hope that by identifying some of those early developmental differences, we might be able to provide the best therapies and supports for those who are developing differently in order to improve developmental outcomes and longer-term quality of life.